It's your girl Camry and I'm back with your Pose review. I'm off today, so I was able to go to sleep instead of recording last night, so it's a little bit late. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this review. Okay, so let me find my notes. This week was a nice, light, fluffy, feel-good episode, which we needed because y'all producers, writers, directors, y'all been taking us through the ringer emotionally with this show. We lost Candy last week. You know, the week before that we had to deal with, the week before that Elektra killed somebody. You know, the week before that we found out Pray Tell and Blanca has graduated to AIDS. You know, so we've been going through it. Okay, let me find my notes because clearly I can't do two things at once. Okay, so Vogue is taking over the everything. Okay, Madonna's Vogue video, she got people lining up to take this class at the YMCA with Damon. So Damon's kind of becoming, you know, a little more famous because people, I mean, moms, soccer moms, people from Jersey, people from all over are wanting to take this class and learn how to Vogue with the arms and the movements. Okay, so Damon, I tweeted that I really love how Damon has blossomed as a character. You know, first when his family kicked him out for being gay, you know, he was timid and kind of reserved, and you know, he was sleeping on the park benches, to now he's like more outspoken and free, and he feels all of his things and he moves. And I mean, it's just beautiful when you see a person love who they are. And then even watching him with this growth with Ricky, I thought it was important that, I mean, I don't know if they're going to eventually get back together, but I thought it was important that they kept showing that you can grow and love someone and still want the best for someone and not be with them. And that's what we saw this episode. Damon was, you know, just so grown, you know, like he had grew past his hurt, grew past understanding, you know, who Ricky was in his life, who he was in Ricky's life in that time, you know, that season. And then he was also able to still want for Ricky to do well, still do well himself, you know, and in the end they still ended up getting blessed. Now whether or not this show actually happens, which is, what was it, like Soul Gold or something like that, kind of like a Soul Train meets like 106 & Park kind of type of thing. I don't know. They were dancing, but they were like introducing like the hottest music video, like the hottest music, and then like kind of putting on a scene as if it was a video. I don't remember the name of the show, and I don't even know if it was a real show. But anyway, it just was refreshing to see Damon and all this growth. Okay, he was able to talk to his teacher Helena about leaving, because if he was to get this part, it was in Madonna's, let me get my iPad. It was in Madonna, where is it at? Oh, Madonna's Blonde Ambition tour. So, you know, Damon's teaching this class and it's packed, and there's a scout there for dancers for her tour. And so she says, I'll skip you to the front of the line. I guess she must have seen Ricky too, because they're doing this whole cross-cut thing. And y'all know I'm a professional communication student. So I'm actually in writing for film right now, and I'm learning what all the terms are. So when you cross-cut, I'm going to teach y'all, when you cross-cut, it's like you're talking about one subject, but you're cutting between two different scenes. So it's kind of like they do that on Love and Hip Hop too, or Real Housewives of Atlanta, where it's two separate groups of girls and they're talking about the same thing and they keep crossing back and forth in between them. And that's what they were doing with Damon and Ricky, because they're talking about the same thing. They both got skipped to the front of the line, so they're both going to be auditioning for Madonna's, what the heck is it called, Blonde Ambition tour. The thing that we got to see was two different dynamics of mothering and parenting. Elektra's like, you know, if you let this family down, that's a different type of pressure, right? If you let this family down, don't worry about coming back. Like, she has all this riding on him. She's not being very loving or nurturing. Blanca, on the other hand, is fully pumping up Damon so that Damon knows this is all about you and your talent, and whether you make it or not, we'll be here. So I thought that was interesting, which Blanca can do no wrong, honestly. I mean, she's great. So we also get the two families both preparing both guys in their separate ways for the audition. You know, Elektra pulls out the wad of cash. They want to get Ricky. She wants the family to get Ricky like all done up and get him together. You know, they're helping Damon out. The family's helping Damon out. They're giving him a haircut and he's doing push-ups. You know, everybody's prepping. Everybody's put in money to help out their representation of the family. They both go to the audition. Now, I thought Ricky was giving face very well. Damon looked shook to me. I mean, he was hitting all the moves and whatever, but I thought Ricky kind of did better. But only because of the face. You know, Damon looked a little shook to me. He's giving more face than that to me. Just like when he was doing in the ball. I love that move. I can't do it because I got bad knees. But when I love that. So we also get this part where Elektra is trying to convince her family to sabotage Damon by throwing Candy's hammer. Now, ain't it funny how people who are... ain't it funny how people can try to twist one thing that your heartstrings are tied to, Candy's death, i.e. Candy's death, and her having this hammer, to a whole separate thing to get them to try to do something for you. Y'all know I will pull a lesson out of anything. It was interesting to me how Elektra's trying to convince her family that this is what Candy would want. She wouldn't want us to not do all that we can to make sure that Ricky is, and whoever wins, you guys can come to dinner with me and Madonna or go with me to Madonna's party. Like, she's so sure that she's gonna be in. It don't have nothing to do with Ricky and getting Ricky where he needs to be. It's all about her at the end of the day. So her character just always annoys me. But because remember, they were all one family at one time. One of the guys, he goes and tells Angel or whoever, and then they go get Blanca, don't touch my son, don't touch my kid, there will be hell to pay. So they go on for the ball competition. You know, Elektra's whole thing is he'll heal, he's a dancer, whatever. But I'm just like, the selfishness of it all. Okay, she just was willing to do all that for herself, not even for Ricky. Okay, let me see what else we can talk about on here. Damon wins the competition. Damon wins the ball. He gets the grand prize. Everybody on Twitter felt like Ricky should have won. Maybe they felt like Ricky should have won because this wasn't in his ballpark. I don't know. There was a scene where Ricky was laid up with some dude, and then he's like, I'm about to go back to Damon. Like, Damon was this, Damon was that. It's so funny how people can see the better when it's already gone. They see how great you were for them and all that, and they want to come back. But you already done your deed, okay? I know all of us was hoping and praying and wishing and really thought that Ricky didn't cheat. But he did. Because I think the guy that he was staying with was the guy from the club that tried to get into it with Damon. So it's like Damon is doing right. You know, this is Damon's first love. He's recovering very well. But I just thought it was so good and so important that he kept driving home this point of, you know, we're friends. I'm here for you. I want nothing but the best for you. But that is not what we're here to do. And you need to stand on your own. And Ricky, you know, it's funny how he grew up on the streets. You know, he's a player and all this stuff. But he cannot stand on his own. He always needs someone. And Damon's trying to teach him, like, you don't need that life no more. You deserve more. You're better than that. And because that's what Damon has been shown through Blanca. So, I think I'm done with my little review. But I think it's important that when you meet people who cannot stand on their own, to sow into them what you receive. Don't put yourself at a disservice. Don't give your all and have yourself empty, but share a little bit of light, because a lot of people just have darkness, and a little bit of light is way better than none. Okay, so that was my pose review for the week. We're gonna see what goes down next week. It looks like Pray Tell's in the hospital. Angel's crying at a casket, so I pray to God y'all have not killed off another person, because Candy was enough last week. We can't deal with Poppy being dead, and I sure hope Pray Tell ain't going nowhere. All right. Looks like old girl from the nail shop, she gonna be back. The owner gonna be back. All right, so we're gonna be in for a treat next week. Queen Sugar is not coming on today. Today is Wednesday, and I'm upset about it. But we'll return with it next week. You guys make sure you stay tuned to Camera Music TV. We're doing some big things. A lot of things in the works to get my original content flowing. So yeah, stay tuned. You guys know I'm in work. You guys know I work and go to school, so it's always a struggle to try to to stay consistent with my stuff, but I think I've been doing a pretty good job. Leave your comments down below on what you thought about this week's episode. I'm Kim Ray, this is Kim Ray Music TV, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!